The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
Good day, friends, and welcome to the Convocation Center here in California, Pennsylvania, where the Rock of Slippery Rock are in town to take on the California Vulcans in women's basketball action. Alongside of Creighton Rabs, I am Cody Jeanette. And Creighton, I'm looking at the stat sheet here in front of me, and it's looking like it's a game of streaks so far, but why don't you tell us what happened previously?
Well, it's been a streaky start for both teams, not the kind of streak that they wanted. California losing their first four for the first games for the first time in nearly 3 decades. They lost the other night at Gannon, 73-64. Mickey Glenn had 13 points, while Elena Antonenko and Ashley Hines had 7 rebounds each. The big story out of that game, Emma Mahadi suffering an injury. She will not dress for this afternoon's contest. And for Slippery Rock, things haven't been that much better. They too are 0-4 to start the season. Their last game, a 95-80 loss inside Morrow Fieldhouse against Clarion. Jasmine Frost finishing with a double-double, 21 points and 12 rebounds, but the Golden Eagles had 5 players finishing in double figures for another Rock loss. Here we have the tail of the tape presented by JD Waterproofing, and Cody, like I said, it's this early in the season, it's a good snapshot. It really doesn't say too much, but you look at California shooting only 33.5% from the field and 32.5% from beyond the three-point line. That's a little concerning, but what really stands out, 18.5 turnovers in the first 4 games for the Vulcans. So it's granted they've played some tough competition, but you didn't think they'd be riding a struggle bus this early.
Yeah, and one advantage that California has are these team leaders here. Emma Mahadi leading the way with 13.3 points per game in scoring. Ashley Hines leading the way on that baseline presence with 8 rebounds on average per game. And assists and steals, Glenn and Gatson both leading the way in those respective categories. Lots of players here are stepping up this year, regardless of what the record says.
And here we mentioned Jasmine Frost leading in the first 4 games. She's averaging a double-double. Also keep an eye out for Erica Aiello. She has 21 assists on the season. She and Megan Hardiman lead the team in steals. And we have a chance, Cody. We'll take a quick look at the starting lineups for California. It'll be Raya Gadsden, Mickey Glenn in the backcourt, Elena Antonenko up front with Cece Dixon and Ashley Hines. As we mentioned, Mahadi is not dressed for today's game. For Slippery Rock, it'll be Erica Aiello, Aiden Geis, Jasmine Frost, Megan Hardiman, and Deja Chambers. So we could say this much about today's game, Cody. One streak is going to be snapped. Will it be the Rock streak or will it be the Vulcan streak?
And California also has another streak on the line. Within the past decade, California has won the 23 straight games against the Rock of Slippery Rock, and the last time they suffered a loss was in the 2001 and 2002 campaign. So they have a lot on the line as well to keep that streak alive. Tip-off is fought over, but it is retained, controlled by California, and that is where action will begin. Bringing up the court is Mickey Glenn for the Vulcans. The Rock's defense doing a good job early on, not allowing California to penetrate through the three-point line. Still have yet to see them cross that. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The shot is going to be waved off. It is a travel call against Glenn, so it's a turnover for Slippery Rock.
And from our vantage point, looked like they were Rock was doing a little zone defense that kind of forced Glenn into that traveling call. So tough break for California early on.
Bringing it up for Slippery Rock is Erica Aiello, the leader in assists, as you said, Creighton. Here's a drive, good passing underneath, but the ball goes out of bounds off of a Slippery Rock player, and California will regain control.
Good break there for California. Went off of Deja Chambers' foot, so now the Vulcans will get it back the other way.
Mickey Glenn brings it up with Ashley Hines. Hines sending it over to the near side. Working it back over, swinging it very well for three, no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock, and they'll bring it back.
And Rock moving very quickly here, Cody.
Yeah, very quickly, wasting no time as that shot gets blocked and turned over once again. Glenn bringing it up. Glenn sends it over to the far side, back to Glenn. Glenn driving through the lane. The shot does not go up. There will be a foul against Slippery Rock on the court.
That'll be against Erica Aiello, number 10. Watch on the replay. Glenn's driving the lane, and you see Aiello reaching in, and you really could have called a foul either on Aiello or Deja Chambers, 24, but nonetheless, Mickey Glenn will go to the foul line, the freshman out of Bridgeport, West Virginia. In the last game, she scored 13 points to lead the Vulcans.
And that is your first point of the game. Mickey Glenn with the foul shot going through. It's 1-0 Vulcans. Getting ready for the second shot is Glenn. It is up and it is good. So 2-0. California striking first in this game.
It's early on, but it's never too early. You get a little bit of momentum going there.
Slippery Rock once again wasting no time, driving through the lane, and it is good. Tie it back up at 2.
Deja Chambers with the easy layup, just rolled right on in.
Raya Gadsden driving the lane now, and that shot is good. California getting the lead back, 4-2.
Going to be a lot of up-tempo action from both teams. We actually saw that in their last meeting at Slippery Rock last season.
Neither team is wasting no time here, attacking both lanes, and that shot is good by number 12, Jasmine Frost for Slippery Rock. Glenn bringing it back up. Glenn sends it over to Gadsden. Gadsden met by Slippery Rock's defense, looking for some options. Glenn resetting, back to Gadsden again. Lots of movement going on down in the baseline area for both teams. Glenn now driving through, and that shot is up and good. And it will count as it was a defensive foul on the call. Erica
Aiello is going to call for a second foul. Watch how Glenn drives the baseline, and then you see a little bit of contact by Aiello, who now she's going to have to take a seat as we see Rebecca Olkowski enter the game for the Rock. But Mickey Glenn already getting it done, not willing to take one for the team as she has a chance to complete the old school 3.
Mickey Glenn is 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and now 3 for 3 as the and one falls through. Slippery Rock regains control. California going with a full court press now.
And this year there is they do now enforce the 10-second backcourt rule in women's basketball beginning this season. But Rock's over the timeline now, so.
Slippery Rock using the height to their advantage here, but that shot goes no good. Rebounded by Glenn, brings it back up. Attacking the line is Antonenko, and that shot goes no good, but rebounded by California. Second chance, no good also. That is rebounded by Slippery Rock.
That Slippery Rock defense just converging on that last sequence, and we have a traveling call to Cody.
Yeah, Slippery Rock guilty of a travel call that will turn the ball over. California will regain control. Vulcans leading it 7-4 here early on.
And Irina Kuko enters the game now as Cece Dixon's going to take a breather.
Mickey Glenn brings it up, sends it over to Ashley Hines. Ashley Hines swinging it to the near side, back out again. Raya Gadsden with it now. Slippery Rock going with a solid defense. It's not letting California get much penetration through the three-point line. Here's Glenn, sends it over to Antonenko. 4-3, no good. Rebounded by Glenn, though. Glenn sends it back up off the side of the backboard. Third chance falls good. It looked like that was Antonenko on that shot. Couldn't really tell, though.
Yes, it was Elena Antonenko, the senior from Moscow, Russia. And right there at the right place, right time, picking up the offensive rebound,
Here's Slippery Rock now. With the ball, Slippery Rock wasting no time, very quickly trying to get something going, but California's defense wouldn't have anything of it.
And looks like we're gonna have a foul on the court against Antonenko. Watch on the replay, you see the pass over. Antonenko swipes at the ball that was intended for Jasmine Frost, but there was contact, so hence the foul. That'll be her first. And One big problem for California this year, foul trouble.
Bringing it up for the Rock is number 32, Rebecca Okoski. 16.5 minutes left to go in the first half of this game. Vulcans leading 9-4. Here's the drive up the lane, no good for Slippery Rock. Rebounded by California, but the rebounder takes a stumble. That's number 22, Arena Kukul, I beg your pardon.
And Jasmine Frost is going to get called for her first personal foul. So didn't have a chance to see it, but it looked like it was a little contact there. So California getting a big break here.
Mickey Glenn brings it up and sends it over to Kukul. Back to Glenn. Great pass work there as the shot gets good by Antonenko. Fantastic pass work there by the Vulcans.
And that's where that height advantage comes into play for Antonenko, who's 6'3".
Here's the defense now stepping up for the Vulcans. Slippery Rock trying to get something done, driving the lane. The shot is good by Jasmine Frost.
And Frost again, not seeing a lot of baseline defense from California.
California trying to answer back with the baseline shot of their own, but goes no good and rebounded by Slippery Rock. Bringing it back up is Rebecca Okoski, and she looks to reset the offense.
And we saw in that last possession, Cody, Aiden Geis with a big block there for Slippery Rock.
Here's the drive, and the shot is good by number 24 for the Rock. That is Deja Chambers. And now Mickey Glenn brings it back up for the Vulcans. Over to Ashley Hines. Ashley Hines hands it off to Raya Gadsden. Now to Kukul. Kukul trying to go through and pass it back out to Hines, but the ball goes out of bounds, and now we're seeing some substitutions.
And we're also going to be coming up with a timeout on the court. So here's some, so Cody, looking at some of the first half highlights, Deja Chambers right there with a jumper. So, and we keep going on to other action. Slippery Rock, they're not giving up that easily in this first half. You see Jasmine Frost there with another layup, but here comes California. Mickey Glenn with a jumper and leading to the and one. And here we'll see Glenn again with a off-target shot by Antonenko there to scoop up the rebound. So.
Yeah, that was off of the triple chance, which is great teamwork there by the Vulcans.
And now you see Antonenko again with the dish from Ashley Hines. It's the kind of teamwork we saw a lot last season, and now we're starting to see a little bit of it this year. Here you see Jasmine Frost driving the baseline. That's one thing we've noticed, Cody. There's not a lot of baseline defense, but Deja Chambers didn't really need to run all the way up the baseline, or rather up the lane. For that easy layup. But as you see, head coach Jess Strom in her third season as head of the Vulcan women. And an interesting note, California is 4 wins away from recording 600 in the program's history. So I'm sure a lot of fans would like to have seen that happen before the Christmas break, but with the rough start, it's going to happen by the end of the year, probably during crossover play as Slippery Rock will inbound.
Slippery Rock will be inbounding. California going with the full court press once again. That's Gadsden up front. Now she drops back. Here's Slippery Rock once again, wasting no time. Neither of these two teams have wasted any time trying to get something done offensively. 14:50 left to go in the first half. Trying to make something happen. The ball's shot up for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock looking for a second chance. That shot goes no good either. But once again, rebounded by Slippery Rock.
That is Olkoski who entered the game for Aiello, and she's proven to be a little bit of a spark off the bench so far.
California's defense doing a stellar job here, not letting those shots go up, and that is a travel against Slippery Rock. So now California will regain control.
It's a tough break for the Rock. And so now California hopes they can get a little bit more momentum, make a good possession here, and they can start to pull away a little bit.
Mickey Glenn brings it up, sending it over to Raya Gadsden. Back to Glenn again. Here comes Antonenko on the baseline, but the shot goes up. Shot goes up, and for three, and it's no good. Rebounded by California. Looking for a second chance. It's Antonenko from the middle of the paint, no good. And there's a whistle here. As we see a stoppage, it looks like the ball might have gone out of bounds.
They're calling a foul, actually. And we see here on the replay, that was Glenn, my mistake, going up for the rebound, but Jasmine Frost looks to be called for the foul. And I stand corrected. It's actually on Chambers. That'll be her first. Slippery Rock's fourth as Mickey Glenn goes to the line.
Mickey Glenn sends it up. Her first shot is good. Perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line now. And Slippery Rock with a substitution. Kara Hoopert makes her way in now in the substitution. Glenn looking to be a perfect 5 for 5 from the charity line. Her shot up, and it is good. 13-8 now in favor of the Vulcans with Mickey Glenn, perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
California pressing a little bit as Slippery Rock gets it over the timeline.
But California's defense not having anything of it as that shot goes up. No good. Rebound by Slippery Rock. The second chance is good by Deja Chambers.
Chambers is going to be a big offensive key here for the Rock, the junior from Sharon.
Raya Gadsden resets. Sends it over to Chelsea McKnight. McKnight looking to reset now. Mickey Glenn over to Kukol, to McKnight. Once again, trying to penetrate through the paint, but Slippery Rock standing strong as that shot is no good. It would have been a two-pointer, but regardless, Slippery Rock with the rebound.
Olkowski with that interrupted that pass there earlier.
Oh, we see a little bit of a tumble here on both of these squads. It looks like it's going to be a charge against California.
Yeah, we see on the that is what they are going to call. You watch Frost driving the lane, and she gets up in the air and she collides with Glenn. So a big break there for California.
Yeah, I beg your pardon on that. I said that the foul was against California. It was actually against Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock was on offense, so I stand corrected on that one. As Mickey Glenn brings it back up for the Vulcans. 13 minutes left to go in the half.
We see Caitlin France entering the game now for California, number 11.
That pass gets intercepted by Slippery Rock. Bringing it back is Olkowski. Olkowski sends it over, attacking the paint. The shot is no good, but the rebound by California stays in bounds.
A big break there for California that Olkowski was not able to finish off the shot.
Good pass there by Frats, but there's a foul called against Slippery Rock on the court. So now California will inbound it.
And that's 16 fouls for Slippery Rock. One more, and California will go into the bonus. And now we have an offensive foul going the other way, Cody.
Yeah, Slippery Rock will regain control on that foul. Inbounding it for the Rock, number 24, Deja Chambers, sending it to Rebecca Olkowski. California's defense stepping back now.
And that foul's on Shanice Clark, her first for California.
Frats up front, causes a little bit of stumble and gets the ball back on a turnover. Mickey Glenn brings it back up.
Frats a highly regarded transfer, struggling offensively, but her defense is going quite well.
McKnight sends a long pass over to Frats. The three-point shot is no good. Frats gets her own rebound, sends it back out to McKnight, and that pass got tipped. But Mickey Glenn gets control of it again. Both of these teams here early on have been doing a great job on defense, not letting many shots get thrown up. And whatever shots have been thrown up, they've been misses for the most part. Gadsden gets the Glenn, I beg your pardon, gets the rebound. That shot is good. 15-10 Vulcans.
And we saw California evade the double team as Cece Dixon fed Glenn on that shot.
Frats up front. Defending Deja Chambers. Sends it over to Olkowski, back to the near side. Back out front again, but the pass is broken up. McKnight driving through the paint. That shot is no good. The layup falls off the rim, and the score remains 15-10. We are going to take a break here on CUTV. You're watching women's basketball action between the Rock of Slippery Rock and California Vulcans. Stay tuned for more first half action on CUTV.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center at California University of Pennsylvania, where the Vulcans are leading the way 15-10 over the Rock of Slippery Rock with about 12 or 11 minutes left to go in the half. 11 minutes and 13 seconds as the clock comes back up, and California will be inbounding it. Mickey Glenn under the hoop. Sends it way out to McKnight, who resets. And Mickey Glenn with it once again, back to McKnight, trying to get some baseline penetration going, but that stalls out. Swinging it for three, the shot is no good, but rebounded, and there's going to be a foul on Slippery Rock as Shanice Clark went up for the shot.
Yes, and we saw Danielle Garout, 31 for the Rock, go over the back as Clark was getting the rebound, so there's the contact, there's the foul. So Clark, the junior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, transferred in from Community College out in Florida.
Shanice's first shot falls empty. The score remains 15-10. There's some substitutions now coming in for Slippery Rock. Couldn't quite see a number as they ran past the other members of the team. Clark's second shot goes through, and it is good, so 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Here's California with the full court press. Slippery Rock trying to send it down very quickly, and they do, managing to reset. Trying to go through the baseline, attacking the paint, but that stalls out, and there is going to be a travel against Slippery Rock. California will get control.
Another costly turnover for the Rock. That is 7 turnovers so far in this game for Slippery Rock as California inbounds.
Mickey Glenn brings it across half court with 10.5 minutes left to go in the half. Vulcans leading the way by 6 points. Glenn sends it over to Fratz, to McKnight, swinging it across the three-point arc on all sides. McKnight looking for an opening, finds a small one, sends it in to Clark, but Clark's pass gets intercepted, and Slippery Rock bringing it back. That's Olkowski. Olkowski with the shot, gets blocked. Rebound sent back out to Olkowski. Olkowski for three, it is good. The first three-point shot goes to Slippery Rock, 16-13.
And it all started with that steal by Olkowski down the other end.
Here's California with it now. It's Fratz. Sends it over to McKnight. McKnight to Glenn. Glenn looking for an opening. She finds one. That's Clark. The shot goes in, and it will count as the score is now 18-13, and Clark will go to the free throw line.
We see Shanice Clark getting double teamed there, and the foul. And that foul is going to be on Kaylee Bush, 34. That'll be her first, and now Slippery Rock is over the limit as we see guys take a seat. So Clark's going to have a chance for the old school three, Cody.
Clark's shot goes no good. It is sent out of bounds, and it was off of a California player, so Slippery Rock gets control.
So we see Kuko re-entering the game for California. So look, and see some pressure there by CeCe Dixon. That, although the ball went right back to Slippery Rock, but they're certainly pressuring on the inbounds play.
Yeah, here's a long pass to break the press. That's one way to break the press. Send it all the way to Olkowski, who goes through the paint, and that shot is good. 18-15 now for the Vulcans. Glenn sends it over to McKnight. McKnight looking for an opening. She finds one. The shot is up. It is no good. Rebounded. And set back out to Raya Gadsden, who will reset. Back over to McKnight. California looking to make something happen. Slippery Rock cut their lead in half within the past few minutes. Gadsden with it now, looks for a lane. She finds one. The shot is up and good.
And that is Gadsden's first points of the game, I do believe.
Raya Gadsden right out front, not trying to defend Olkowski and the Rock as the dribble gets broken up and turned over to Glenn. Glenn looking to keep it for herself. She shoots it up, but is no good. Rebounded by McKnight. That shot is no good. Third chance. That shot is no good either. That was Kuko on that chance, but there's a whistle. We'll get a stoppage in play.
And that looks to be a foul on Kaylee Bush for Slippery Rock. You see Kuko going up for the shot attempt, and then there's the push off by Bush, so that'll be her second foul. She's going to take a seat. You're going to see Danielle Garrett enter the game for the Rock. Kuko, the senior out of Harrisonburg, Virginia, will go for 2 shots.
Kuko, first shot up and good. 21-15 now. That was a
one
with the 1-and-1.
Yeah, so my mistake.
The second shot goes up, and that one falls through as well. So Kuko, perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Once again, California with the full court press as almost got broken up by Kuko, but Slippery Rock retains control. That shot goes no good, and it looks like it will be a charge against Slippery Rock. So another turnover.
It will be. Watch as we see Chambers driving. Yes, we saw Gadsden with her feet set, so that'll be Chambers' second foul. So now 10 team fouls for the Rock. They are now in a double bonus situation.
Mickey Glenn brings it up for the Vulcans. Sends it way over to the far side to Gadsden. Gadsden for 3. That shot is no good. And Slippery Rock with the rebound. Coming back up with it is Olkowski. She's quick to charge, looking for a lane deep, and she found one, but sends it over, and that shot goes no good. McKnight gets that rebound, looking to keep it for herself. The shot goes up. That one is no good. And looking to settle things down a little bit are the Vulcans, but there's a lot of second and third chances by this Vulcan team. A lot of the Vulcan players are getting their own rebounds.
It certainly helps the offensive rebound count, but it also prevents Slippery Rock from trying to cut it.
Here's Mickey Glenn with that shot. It is up and good. 24-15 now in favor of the Vulcans. 7.5 minutes left to go.
I meant to say cut back into that California lead, by the way.
Here's the shot by Slippery Rock for 3. It was no good. Rebounded by California. So California doing a good job on both sides of the ball rebounding as Glenn brings it back up. Swings it across the 3-point arc to McKnight and back to Glenn again. Glenn looking for an opening. She finds one. That's Gadsden. Gadsden to McKnight. McKnight for 3. It is good. McKnight gets the first California 3 of the day.
And we see that a lot from Chelsea McKnight, the junior out of Grove City, Ohio. She's known for her defense, but she can also hit the 3 as
Olkowski sends it over to Aiden Geisy, who sends it back over and swinging it across the 3-point arc. That shot is good for 3. 27-18 now in favor of California. California, here comes Kuko driving the paint, but that shot falls up empty, and there will be a stoppage in play.
It's going to be a foul on Slippery Rock.
That's her second.
And that foul is on Danielle Garut. Here are some highlights. We see Deja Chambers with the layup in the lane. So that, and we move on. We see Mickey Glenn once again. Those second and third chance opportunities for the Vulcans. Glenn capitalizes right there. Watch this 3-ball by Slippery Rock. That's certainly a nice little momentum boost by Kara Halpert. And here we're going to see Shanice Clark with the hoop and the harm. And the members bounce. So we see some of the breaks going California's way. Gadsden with the drive in the lane as we have helping build that 9-point lead. And Mickey Glenn just having an outstanding first half so far for the Vulcans. And there you see Chelsea McKnight getting the members bounce on that 3-ball there.
Yeah, not too many 3-point shots have been made today, but there's been a lot of great rebounding by California, and that's what's made them have the lead.
And here are the PSAC West standings coming into today's contest. See Gannon, IUP, Clarion, and Mercyhurst all winning their openers, with Seton Hill, Pitt, Johnstown, California, and Slippery Rock losing their openers. Edinburgh began divisional play this afternoon at Pitt Johnstown. They won Edinburgh winning 91 to 80. Gannon also winning their game at Seton Hill 80 to 66 as Irina Kukot will be at the line for 2 shots.
6 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the first half. California leading by 9, make that 10 as Kukot's shot goes through. It's 28 to 18. Here's Slippery Rock bringing it back up. That's Okoski. Okoski getting a lot of court time here in the first half and doing this Rock team justice as she attacks the lane herself, and that attempted shot gets tipped and could have been almost over the back, but it looked like it got tipped from the side and it goes flying out of bounds, so Slippery Rock will maintain control. And
we see the referees being called over to the scorers bench. DeJuan Chapman, the head referee, and Sue Kovensky discussing something. We'll try and determine what that is, but we saw the scorers table, the official score motion the referees over, so I think we might have a technical foul.
What we're doing at this particular time, Irina Kukol will go to the line. It was a 2-shot foul.
Kukol will go to the line as there was a technical foul on the court.
Actually, Cody, we heard the explanation was that apparently it was a 2-shot foul and not a 1-shot foul or a 1-and-1, so they allowed Kukol to complete the back end of the 2-shot foul. So that was what that clarification was all about. So now we'll go back to live action. You don't want to cheat a player out of a foul shot she earned.
Yeah, and let alone one that she makes. So now California leads by 11, 29 to 18. Slippery Rock inbounds it once again and wasting no time attacking the paint. Going through on that baseline. That shot is up and good for 2 points, 29 to 20.
Aiden Geis is going to she starts to drive the baseline, but then she stops right there. There's contact by Kate Seabaum. So that'll be a foul on Seabaum, and Geis will have a chance to complete the old school 3.
Geis does complete it as she gets her foul shot to go through, 29 to 21 now. Here's Mickey Glenn bringing it back up for the Vulcans. Glenn trying to attack the lane herself, but sends it over to Gadsden. Gadsden resets. Glenn appears at her left, and she sends it over to her, and back over to Seabaum. Seabaum looking for an opening, but her shot gets blocked. She gets her own rebound and gets called for a travel, and it will be a turnover for the Vulcans.
And it looked like Seabaum might have forced it because there was only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Meanwhile, we're just now getting some updated stats. Mickey Glenn with 11 points and 5 rebounds for California.
Here's Olkowski bringing it back up. Gadsden very close to her, playing some great touch-nose defense as the ball goes flying over to the scoreboard. Take a look out, Creighton. We almost got ran over by Kukol trying to get the ball, but Slippery Rock will get control.
And by we meant Zach Lamar and Tyler Harris doing radio, so better them than us. I mean, we've already had some misadventures with you, Cody, last year, softball. Carry, moving on.
Here's Gadsden bringing it back up, or defending Slippery Rock as Slippery Rock inbounded it. Slippery Rock swinging it across. Kukol charging in very aggressively. That shot got tipped and blocked. Second chance as the shot clock expires will end up being no good. Shot clock violation on Slippery Rock.
So that's another turnover for the Rock, and that is, we'll get that up in a second, but that's not what we like to call good. 11 turnovers now for Slippery Rock, 6 for California.
Glenn's bringing it up for the Vulcans, sends it over to McKnight. 5 minutes left to go in the half. with California leading the way by 8. Here's Gadsden now. Gadsden sends it to Kukol. Kukol attacking the lane. Layup goes up and good. California now leads by 10.
The coach did a good job getting around the defense of Haley Bush on that play, so now California lead back in double digits.
Okoski once again attacking the lane herself, but it will be guilty of a travel, and California will once again get control.
We've seen quite a few traveling calls go against the Rocks so far in this first half. So it's like maybe it's a lack of discipline, we're not sure, but we have a timeout on the floor, I believe.
Yeah, I saw the official point to something, but now California's huddling up, and it looks like the officials are going to be huddling up as well. There's some substitutions coming in now. That might have been what the dispute was all about, getting the substitutions in.
And it looks, actually, Cody, it looks like Irina Koot, coach, scraped her knee a little bit, so she has to leave the game as Cece Dixon enters. The training staff treating her right knee as we speak.
So that's why the substitutions came in, because with that kind of injury, you can't have that player playing. So back to action, McKnight over to Glenn and over to Gadsden, swinging it across the three-point arc. Back to Gadsden and into Ashley Hines. Ashley Hines attacking the paint. The shot is up and good. California with a 12-point lead now.
That was a great fake move by Hines, as she looked like she was going to pass, but then she took it up the lane herself.
Here's Slippery Rock trying to answer back with a shot of their own. That shot is up and good. A very bizarre way to shoot it, but it still goes in. Slippery Rock answers back. The lead is cut back down to 10 as McKnight with that shot for 3 is good. 36-23 now.
Chelsea McKnight starting to find her stroke a little bit for the Vulcans.
Slippery Rock once again wasting no time as the shot gets waved off. It will not count even though it went in. So it's a foul against Slippery Rock.
No, it's going to be California foul on Chelsea McKnight. That'll be her first and team's fourth, and we are timeout on the court.
We are going to take a break for the last media timeout of the half. 3:40 left to go. Vulcans leading the way by 13. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the first half on CUTV.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania, where the Vulcans are leading the way over the Slippery Rock by 13 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half of women's basketball action.
We saw Tanya Longo, the head coach of Slippery Rock, in her 4th season helming the Rock.
Here's a shot for 3 by Slippery Rock, goes no good. Rebounded by McKnight, quick to bring it back up the court. There's a shot that goes off the bottom of the backboard by number 23, Precious Martin, who's getting some playing time now.
I believe this is the first time she's played in a regular season game this year.
Slippery Rock with the rebound off of her shot, and then it goes back out to the three-point arc, looking to reset. But that basket's intercepted and broken up by Mickey Glenn, I beg your pardon. And
foul charge, 25.
And that'll be a foul on Cassidy O'Keefe, Cody. That'll be her first. For the freshman out of Heidelberg, went to Chartiers Valley, as Mickey Glenn will go back to the foul line for 2 foul shots. She's hit 5 foul shots already today, leads the Vulcans with 11 points.
And Mickey Glenn is also 100% from the free throw line. The 6th shot goes up and gets drained down the bucket. 37-23 now in favor of the Vulcans. Perfect 6 for 6. Glenn looking to make it 7 for 7. The second shot is up, and it is also good. So Mickey Glenn, an impressive 100% from the free throw line today.
And those 13 points certainly don't hurt either, Cody.
Here's Slippery Rock now with it again. Back out to the 3-point line. That is Cassidy O'Keefe with the ball up in the front. And now O'Keefe with it, with the shot back up, and it is good. 38-25 now in favor of California.
That was Hardeman, the sophomore from Loudon, New Hampshire, with the basket.
Glenn charging the lane. The shot goes up and good. 40-25. California breaking the 40-point barrier with 2.5 left to go in the first half. There is a substitution waiting to come in for Slippery Rock at the next stoppage during the last few minutes of the half, as this shot goes up and is tipped a few times and goes flying out of bounds. Nice save there by California. And Gadsden now with it over to Precious Martin. Martin back to Glenn. Glenn with the shot, no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock.
It's a little bit of contact on Glenn, but not enough to call a foul.
That shot goes up and it will be counted as the foul is against California, and Slippery Rock looks like they'll get their first chance at the free throw line of the day.
That's their second one, I believe, but watch the contact there by Raya Gadsden on Erica Aiello. Aiello hadn't played too much in this first half because of 2 early fouls, so now she'll have the opportunity to get on the board, and she does.
Aiello with the shot up and good. 40-28 now in favor of the Vulcans.
And that was their second foul shot for the Rock on the afternoon, as more substitutions.
2 minutes left to go in the half as Glenn brings it up, sends it over to Gadsden. Gadsden looked like she faked a shot even though she's way far away from the 3-point line. McKnight with it now, back to Gadsden. Gadsden finds Martin in the middle. Martin with the shot up and good. Martin scores 42-28 now.
A big boost there for Precious Martin, the freshman out of Harrisburg, went to Central Dauphin. I believe those are her first points as a Vulcan.
Here's Olkowski now, looking for an opening. She finds one. The shot for 3 is up and good for Slippery Rock.
There was no quit in this Slippery Rock team. That was a really deep 3 there.
McKnight with it now, or Hines, I beg your pardon. Over to Gadsden and now back to Glenn up front. Mickey Glenn looks for an opening, finds Gadsden. Gadsden attacking the lane. The shot is up and rolls off the rim, no good, but rebounded by California. Second chance by that, looked like that was Hines, but the shot goes no good as Slippery Rock rebounds. The ball goes flying out of bounds off of a California defender, it would seem, and Slippery Rock will get control.
A lucky break there for the Rock. I honestly didn't realize, I didn't notice if it had gone off a California player, but to be fair, the refs are right there. They're right on it, so Slippery Rock will have 51.9 seconds on the game clock, 23 seconds on the shot clock.
And here's Slippery Rock with it now. That is Geis with sending it over to the near side. The baseline shot is up and stopped as there will be a whistle.
And it looks like we're going to have a foul on California. We watch the pass. The pass on the baseline to Halpert, the freshman out of Webster, New York. There is going to be a foul on the play, so.
Shooting for the Rock will be Kara Hoopert as we see Shanice Clark substitute in for Ashley Hines. After the first shot goes up and good, the lead is by 10 now in favor of the Vulcans.
And the foul was on Precious Martin.
The second foul shot is up and good, so Slippery Rock cuts into the lead once again. Glenn brings it back up, sends it over to McKnight and back to Glenn. Glenn looking to reset. McKnight with it again. Down the middle to Martin. Martin's shot gets blocked and rebounded by Slippery Rock.
Good defense by Aiden Geis with the block there. Shot clock is off. Slippery Rock can hold for the final shot if they choose.
Shot clock is off with 15 seconds left to go in the half. It looks like they might get the last shot of the half. Granted that the defense doesn't come through here. Here's Slippery Rock looking for a lane. And the ball goes out of bounds with the clock stopping at 5.9 seconds. But Slippery Rock is looking like they'll maintain control. There's a timeout on the court now.
And head coach Tanya Longo calls a timeout with 5.9 seconds left. So it looks like she's going to set up one last shot. You take a look here at Slippery Rock. There's Megan Hardiman with a jumper on the baseline. And then here you see Mickey Glenn once again just really starting to take over for California.
Yeah, you've been saying it all game, Creighton. There hasn't been that much presence of defense on the baseline, and you're seeing on a lot of those replays that these shots are being made in the baseline or deeper.
And that was Erica Aiello with the drawing the and one. Here is Precious Martin's first points as a California Vulcan. So we are now a 9-point lead for California as Olkowski will inbound. Cody?
Slippery Rock has 5.9 seconds to work with in the first half. Down by 9. The inbound gets tipped off. Back to Olkowski. Olkowski sends it for 3. That shot is no good as time expires. And your score after one half reads California 42 and Slippery Rock 33. We're going to take a break for halftime. Stay tuned for the conclusion of this game and second half action from the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania. Your Vulcans on top by 9. You are watching CUTV Sports.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
With 18 institutions, My Conference is the largest league across all NCAA classifications. With nearly 7,000 student athletes competing in 23 championships, My Conference sponsors the most championships in Division II. With a 78% academic success rate, My Conference graduates student athletes well above the national average. We compete with passion. We take pride in our efforts in the arena and in the classroom. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Passion, pride, Pennsylvania.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania, where in women's basketball action, the Vulcans are leading the way over the Rock of Slippery Rock, 42-33. And Creighton, when you take a look at the halftime stats, they pretty much speak for themselves.
I think you can make that argument, Tony, as we look at the halftime stats presented by Trip Total Media. 14 for 41 shooting by California, which it's also helping that they have 26 rebounds, 18 of them offensive rebounds. They're taking advantage of the second chance points rather. You see 13 turnovers by Slippery Rock, so that we saw quite a few traveling violations in the first half by the Rock. That has not helped their cause. Also, California going 12 for 14 from the foul line. They're taking advantage of the fouls that Slippery Rock has committed. 12 by the Rock in the first half, 6 by the Vulcans.
Yeah, and they reached the double bonus early on in the first half. It's Slippery Rock not playing a very clean game early on, which was something I'm sure that they want to fix in the second half.
And the other thing to note, Erica Aiello, one of their leading scorers, missed a good chunk of the first half because she had 2 early fouls. So let's take a look at some of the first half highlights from the Convocation Center. You see Ashley Hines with the dish to the big lady herself, Elena Antonenko, for the easy layup. Antonenko has 4 points on the day, and here you see Daisha Chambers with a jumper for the Rock. And good play here by Shanice Clark, drawing the and one and getting the members bounce for California. And here we see Mickey Glenn really starting to take over this game for California with the layup. Glenn has 15 points in the first half. And we'll see Slippery Rock here. This is Aiden Geese with the jumper. The lost start of the mid-range jumper as she draws the and one. And Mickey Glenn again, I mean, she is going to develop into an outstanding young player for this Vulcans program. So Jess Strom is absolutely fortunate to have her for 4 years, as I believe Slippery Rock will inbound to start the second half.
Yeah, the possessions for which basket that each team shoots into are switched at the start of a new half. So Slippery Rock will be shooting from left to right this time, going for the right field goal. And then California will be shooting right to left now from our perspective. Second half is now underway. Slippery Rock with the initial three-point shot, air ball, no good, rebounded by Antonenko.
Not exactly the start that the Rock was looking for.
Glenn was quick to bring it back up. Gadsden attacking the lane, but gets held up by Slippery Rock.
And that ball actually might have deflected off of a Slippery Rock player, so there's no foul being called as Glenn will inbound.
Glenn looking for an open player. She finds it. The shot for three is up and no good. Almost good, though. Second chance falls short. That is number 32 on the court now for the Vulcans, Cece Dixon. And those chances fall short, but Gadsden regains control and sends it over to Glenn. Glenn over to the near side. Shot for two is up and good. 44-33, Vulcans.
And we're seeing more outside shooting there from Antonenko. This one was inside the lane, but a good confidence booster there for the senior.
Here's Slippery Rock now looking to answer back. Driving the lane, the shot once again gets airballed and goes flying out of bounds. So Slippery Rock will have control under their own field goal.
Aiden Geese driving the baseline, just could not get the shot anywhere near the rim, so 14 seconds to shoot for the Rock.
That pass on the inbound gets blocked by Gadsden and once again goes out of bounds. So Slippery Rock will get a retry.
And now they'll have 14 seconds left on the shot clock. So time is of the essence for the Rock here.
Here's Slippery Rock with it now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Crowd is screaming to shoot it as the shot goes up for three, and it is good by Aiello. 44-36 now.
And they need more of that from Aiello and keep her out of foul trouble.
It can sometimes take one shot to set a player off. So that might be Aiello's as Antonenko attacks the lane and gets nowhere. The shot gets rebounded by Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock sends it back up once again, just like the first half, wasting no time, attacking very quickly and very early. We see a stoppage here. That shot won't count. It remains 44-36.
And that's going to be an offensive foul on Jasmine Frost. Watch Frost drive the lane, and then she goes up and she pushes into, I believe that is Mickey Glenn. So that is her third foul for the senior from South Euclid. Ohio, excuse me.
Mickey Glenn with it now. Sends it over to the near side to Gadsden. Gadsden over to Hines. Hines trying to attack the center, but gets nowhere. Sends it back out to Gadsden. Gadsden to Antonenko. Antonenko gets a pass broken up and turned over to Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock with the jumper. The shot is good by number 24, Deja Chambers. 44-38.
We saw some good defense there from the Rock. They just got right in the path of that shot pass to Antonenko, and they took it the other way, and they took advantage.
Gadsden brings it up this time. Over to Glenn. Glenn looking to penetrate, not getting anywhere. Glenn sends it back out to the point. Over to Gadsden. Gadsden from the middle. Shot goes nowhere as it gets rebounded by Slippery Rock.
California can ill afford to go into a shooting malaise in this second half.
Here's Slippery Rock with it now. As Chambers sending it down the middle. And from the baseline, the shot was no good on the attempt by Jasmine Frost.
That was a good job there by Frost. It looked like she faked out Antonenko with that shot, as we see Chelsea McKnight entering the game for Raya Gadsden. So the Rock will inbound under their own basket. 17-19 left in regulation.
A clean 30 seconds are on the shot clock for Slippery Rock to work with. And Aiello takes it out. The shot for three is up and no good. Touches nothing but net. And there's a whistle now as there's still 23 seconds on the shot clock since that shot didn't hit the rim.
And that is going to be a foul on California. That'll be on Ashley Hines. That is her first foul, as we see Irina Kuko enter the game for Hines. So it was the foul occurring before the shot. The Rock will inbound.
30 seconds are back on the shot clock now. A long inbound pass is Taken by Slippery Rock. Going for that baseline. Sends it back out. Outside the 3 points. Swinging it across is Slippery Rock. Deja Chambers, I beg your pardon, on that shot. Gets rebounded by Glenn. Glenn wasting no time sending California's squad back up court. Shot goes up and good for 2 points by CC Dixon.
CC Dixon, the freshman from Munhall, went to Steel Valley High, which was Jess Strom's alma mater.
Here's Aiello now. Aiello being very pressured very early on by Cal's defense. That shot for 3 goes in and out of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Glenn. Glenn sending it back up. Glenn over to Kukol. Kukol for 2, I believe, but that regardless was to no avail as the shot goes empty.
It was an air ball on the 3 ball by Irina Kuko, as we see Kara Hoopert now entering the game for Megan Hardiman. So Slippery Rock has a chance to really get some momentum going into the next stoppage of play.
Here's Aiello now. Aiello, I beg your pardon. Looking to get something done. Puts it up for 3. Falls short. No good. Air ball and goes out of bounds. So we see a whistle.
And that is going to, looks like that's going to be another California foul. Wait to see who it is on. Meanwhile, Rebecca Olkowski enters the game.
Rebecca Olkowski had 16 minutes of play time in the first half, and now coming in with 16:10 left on the clock in the second half. Here's Slippery Rock with it now. That's Olkowski looking to make something happen, directing traffic. There's a whistle as we see a foul called on California.
It looks like it might be on either Glenn or Coach. It's on Mickey Glenn. That'll be her first foul. The previous foul incident was on Antonenko. So
Slippery Rock inbounds it, swinging it across the 3-point arc, setting the pick very well. Here comes Deja Chambers looking to throw it up, and it is good. 2 points now. California's lead is cut to 6.
And Jess Strong cannot be liking what she's seeing from her defense, as the Rock is on a 7-4 run to start the half.
Here's CC Dixon with it now. Over to Mickey Glenn. Glenn looking to make something happen, sends it over to McKnight. McKnight back to Dixon. Dixon attacking the baseline and gets tugged. The ball gets tugged away from her as we have a stoppage in play. It will be a media timeout with 15:22 left to go in the half.
All right, we'll see some of the highlights. Elena Antonenko starting off the half with a solid mid-range jumper. Then we see Erica Aiello dialing one up from way downtown for the Rock. Over here we see Deja Chambers again with the jumper from right around the top of the key there. So the Rock's offense starting to get on track a little bit. We see CC Dixon with a nice running jumper for California. And we see Chambers again, the nice easy layup. And Slippery Rock, as much as they've struggled over the last few years, they're not giving up here today. As we see in the stats ranking again, Cody, take all these numbers with a grain of salt. You're only 4 games in, but California and Slippery Rock, as you see, both ranking near the bottom in scoring offense, scoring defense, and scoring marginal. Cal's scoring defense is a little bit better. They're in the middle of the pack, but still, it's early on in the season. It's tough to really get a good snapshot until you get at least into the meat and potatoes of the schedule.
Yeah, early on, when the season's just getting underway, it's really hard to tell just how efficient a team is just by looking at numbers. You really have to see them play and their style of play. So, but both of these teams have 0-4 records. So one of these teams here today will get their first win. It's just a matter of 15 minutes and 20 more seconds to find out who that is. As Glenn with it now, sends it to Dixon. Dixon over to the near side. The shot is going to be waved off. It will not count, even though it didn't go in. Slippery Rock will have control.
A little bit of a mental mistake by California. Apparently, it looked like they weren't aware that they only had 7 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock on the inbounds. So now the Rock will have a chance to potentially make it a 2-possession game.
Olkowski brings it up for the Rock. Swinging it across the 3-point arc, getting it down deep to Two other players has a very far three-point shot, but it goes no good as a rebound gets taken by Glenn. Glenn takes it back up to Kukol. Kukol looking to get inside the three-point arc, but stops and sends it to McKnight instead. McKnight hands it back over to Glenn. Glenn back over to Kukol. Kukol finds a lane, but sends it across to the near side. That is McKnight for three, and good, 49-40.
And at least that time they had plenty of time left on the shot clock. An excellent shot there by McKnight.
Here's Olkowski now, once again being pressured by McKnight. The California's defense leaving the middle wide open there as that shot goes in and good for the Rock, 49-42.
Jasmine Frost showing why she's averaging a double-double on the season in points and rebounds.
Here's California with it now. The Vulcans led by Mickey Glenn. Over to Chelsea McKnight. McKnight to Kukol. Kukol for three, no good, off the tip of the rim and rebounded by Slippery Rock. Olkowski leading the charge back up, stops at the point and looking to make something happen, directing traffic. That is Jasmine Frost under there, looking to take the shot, but there's a jump ball and it will be Slippery Rock's ball, so they will regain control.
It's a tough break there for California. You watch here on the replay, Frost looked like very close to a traveling call, not quite there, but we see Shanice Clark tying up the ball, so.
Slippery Rock here with it now. The shot is up and no good by Hoopert and rebounded by California. Leading the way is Glenn. Glenn stops, shoots, no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. Back and forth action here in this second half. Olkowski with it now. Hands it back over to Geis. Geis' shot is no good. Rebounded by California. Both these teams have got to be getting really tired right now as Kukol looking for a break and makes that shot, 51-42.
A big layup there for Kukol. She certainly, that's going to be 8 points on the day for her, and we have looks like a turnover, I believe.
Yeah, the ball went out of bounds on a long pass attempt by Slippery Rock and off of the fingers of a Slippery Rock player.
30 seconds.
And California will call timeout. They will have 3 timeouts remaining, and this will be, and since this is the first time out of the second half called by either team, well, anyway, let's take a look at some highlights. We see Chelsea McKnight with the deep 3 ball. That was her third 3 of the contest. That could made it a 9-point lead by California. Here we see back the other way. We see Frost getting the layup in, getting the friendly bouncer, but a lot of friendly bounces down on that particular side of the court. Now here comes Kukoc with the layup, pretty relatively easy too, and starting to see Kukoc cheat up a little bit. And Cody, you love being online a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, if you're anywhere, it doesn't matter if you're in town or if you're all the way across the other side of the country, you can log on to cutv.calu.edu/live, where we'll be streaming all of our CUTV programming there. Also, visit our YouTube page at CUTV Sports 1. You'll see where you'll get all of our. You can see all of our games anytime, anywhere on YouTube, including the PSAC football championship game from last week, which the crew did a phenomenal job. And speaking of football, Winston-Salem State 27, Slippery Rock 20. So rough go there up at Slippery Rock today.
13 minutes left to go in the game as Glenn brings it back up for the Vulcans. California's offense trying to set some picks, and those prove to be effective as that shot is good for 3, 54-42.
Break out the Fratellis. Chelsea Daggers in the house. McKnight another tray ball.
Here's Olkowski now, bringing it back up, pressured by McKnight. That pass almost gets tipped off of the feet of Chambers, but still maintaining control is Olkowski, and she looks to reset and is directing traffic again. Picks it up, sends it over to Chambers. Chambers for 3, no good. Rebounded by Clark, but we have a stoppage in play.
There's going to be a foul called. I believe it'll be on McKnight. That'll be her second. California's 4th foul of the half. And California, for the most part, did a good job staying out of foul trouble in the first half. They have to try and avoid any further foul trouble here.
Here's Geis now over to Okoski. Okoski for three, good, 54-45.
This Rock team is not going away without a fight.
You're definitely right about that, Creighton. 12 minutes left to go in the half. As we see California with it now. That is Dixon on the shot, goes no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. Okoski will bring it back up. Okoski is pressured by Glenn this time, and Glenn
steal by Kukoc.
Kukoc, I beg your pardon, steals that pass over to Glenn. Glenn for two, good, 56-45. California now back to an 11-point lead.
And Tanya Longo not too pleased with the way her team has been playing defense over there on the sidelines. She's kind of letting them know that.
Okoski now looking to make something happen. There's a pick, but Chambers gets it anyway. Big pass down deep, down to the baseline. Gets broken up, and California gets control. Kukoc leading the way. Kukoc keeping it for herself. Passes it over to Glenn. Glenn resets, and will be directing traffic, looking to make something happen. Kukoc trying to set a pick over onto the near side, but the ball goes on the far side as Glenn sends out the signals and directions. Over to Kukoc. Kukoc for three, no good. Air ball, 3 seconds on the shot clock, but no matter. Slippery Rock will get control as Okoski brings it back down. Okoski resetting. Looking to answer back into California's 11-point lead that they have. 56-45 with 10.5 left to go in the second half. And with that, it will be a media timeout, so we are going to take a break here at the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania. You are watching women's basketball, the Rock versus the Vulcans. 56-45 your score. Stay tuned for more second half action on CUTV.
NCAA Division II has much to cheer about, as nearly 100,000 student athletes compete with passion and pride. And I'm pleased to share the best news of all. Student athletes are outperforming the rest of the D2 student body in graduation rates. Just another reason why you'll hear us say with pride, I chose Division II. Learn more at d2sa.org.
Let's take it to the field. I come through like a freight train, about to push the line back. Only see the gold line, don't matter if your line stack. Because I'm a soldier, you can see my face paint. Know that I'ma get mine by knowing that the rest came. Ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on. We ready for 'em, let's get it on.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania, where we are going to let you guys know that at CUTV_PA on Twitter, if you use the hashtag CUTV booth, you can have a chance for your tweet to be read on air, Creighton, and that's a great way to get the public involved with our broadcast here on CUTV.
Yes, you too can become a celebrity on CUTV.
10.5 minutes left to go in this game. The Vulcans leading the way by 11, 56-45 over the Rock of Slippery Rock. The Rock looking to inbound it, and it goes way out, but still maintained control by Aiello. Aiello looking to make something happen now, sends it back over, but California's defense being very aggressive here after the rest that they've had.
Yeah, and they're going to call a foul on Irina Kukoc. That's her first foul of the game. Excuse me. We're watching as Kukoc. There's a collision there as Rock player drives to the basket. That is Jasmine Frost. She will shoot two. The senior out of South Euclid, Ohio.
Jasmine Frost's first shot is up and good. 56-46 now. The lead is cut down to 10. Frost looking to make it 2 for 2 from this free throw session, and that is good. California will get control now as Glenn sends it back up. Kukoc once again trying to set a pick, and Glenn sends it over to the near side to McKnight. McKnight attacking the paint. The layup is up and good. 58-47.
That's 14 points for McKnight, so she's starting to come alive offensively for the Vulcans.
Frost sends it out to Aiello. Aiello back to Frost in the middle of the paint. Her shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Cece Dixon. And Dixon gets the pass over to Glenn. Glenn slows things down. Glenn calling out the signals to the rest of her offensive squad. Sends it over to the near side to McKnight. McKnight sends it back over to the near side again to Kukol. Kukol attacking the paint. Shot is up and blocked, but there will be a foul called against Slippery Rock.
That is only Slippery Rock's second foul. We'll see Kuko driving the lane, and there's the contact. I believe that'll be on Aiello. That'll be, and it is on Aiello. That is her third foul. So Irina Kuko, the junior out of Harrisonburg, Virginia, makes the first one, Cody.
The first shot is good, 59-47 now in favor of the Vulcans with 9 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the game. The Vulcans leading the way over the Rock of Slippery Rock. Kukol, second shot is up, bounces off the rim, rebounded by Slippery Rock. So 1 for 2 during that free throw session as Okoski brings it back up and sends it over to Chambers, who is guilty of a travel. So turnover by Slippery Rock.
The turnovers, I mean, they're just indicative of a team that's just been struggling, not just this year, but over the past few years. For Slippery Rock, that is turnover number 17. As Chambers takes a seat, and Danielle Garut now enters the game. She's a junior out of Darnestown, Maryland.
Mickey Glenn with it now, over to Kukol. Kukol back to Glenn. Nearing the far corner, Kukol back out at the point. Back out to Glenn. Glenn take California's offense taking a little bit of time here. They're now attacking the baseline. That is Dixon, but the shot gets blocked. And Kukol on the second chance, no good. Trying to get it as a jump ball, and it looks like it's going to be California's ball. They will maintain possession.
They will maintain possession. However, they will only have 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock, so when they inbound, they're going to have to find someone open, and that shot's going to have to go off in a hurry.
It will be a quick one. Inbounding it, it looks like that is Glenn. Yeah, it will be Glenn inbounding it. Now the officials are discussing something.
Oh, they're going to reset the shot clock, apparently, it sounds like. As Dwan Chapman, the referee, and Sue Kavensky call for the shot clock to be reset. Big break there for California.
Now they have a fresh 30 seconds to work with as they still act as if there were still 2 seconds left. It's quickly attacking the hoop, but that shot gets blocked, and California turns the ball over. Slippery Rock will have control.
Yeah, 12 points is not an insurmountable lead with under 9 minutes left to play.
Okoski brings it up now for Slippery Rock. Over to Geis. Geis sends it through the middle, but it goes out of bounds, and it is off a Slippery Rock player, so California will get control.
And of course, said lead is maybe insurmountable when you're making mental turnovers like that.
Glenn brings it up for the Vulcans now. Over to McKnight. McKnight back over to Glenn and back to McKnight again. Swinging it across the three-point arc. Over to the far corner. That's McKnight with it. McKnight through the middle to Dixon. Dixon's shot gets blocked, rebounded by Nia Taylor-Clark, and Slippery Rock gets the rebound on that one as Okoski brings it back up. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the game. California leading by 12. Here's Okoski. Sends it over to the far corner. And the pass gets blocked and turned over to California's control.
We see Nia Taylor-Clark, a sophomore out of Bowie, Maryland, with the steal. So she's starting to see a little more playing time for the Vulcans.
Glenn with it now. Hands it off to Kukol. Kukol hands it off to McKnight. McKnight looking for a lane, gets stopped by the defense, takes the shot from there, bounces in and out, and Slippery Rock gets the rebound. That is Okoski bringing it back up. Okoski stops at the point, directing traffic. McKnight putting some good pressure on Okoski, and here's a little stumble and a steal by Kukol. Kukol leading the way, going to keep it for herself. The layup is up, and it is good. They will count it. 61-47.
A big play there by Kukol, drawing the hoop and the harm as we have a timeout about to be called on the court with 7:17 left. Kukol with a breakaway, and then you're going to see the block by Danielle Garout for Slippery Rock. So it's now a 14-point lead for the Vulcans. As said, a timeout on the court. And Cody, it's just been a rather interesting game to say the very least here. We look at some of the highlights here. We see yet another trifecta from Chelsea McKnight. She now has 14 points on the game for California. Slippery Rock can shoot it from beyond the arc as well, as we see Olkowski with the tray ball. And there's an outstanding steal there by Kukol, We'll get that. Gives it off to Glenn. Glenn now with 17 points on the day for California. And we'll see McKnight again. Takes it inside, up the lane, and good with a nifty little layup. And here's coming up the back end of the first half of our schedule. The Vulcans will be at Mercyhurst on December 4th, and then in 2 weeks from today, we'll be right back here at the Convocation Center when the Vulcans host Edinburgh. The Fighting Scots had a 91-80 win over a very plucky UPJ squad in Johnstown earlier today. So it's a game that we certainly were keeping an eye on that game before prior to our tip-off. And Pitt Johnstown hung in there with Edinburgh, but the Fighting Scots showed why they were picked second in the PSAC West as Irina Kukol goes to the line.
Kukol with the shot up, and it is good. So the and one falls through. 62-47 now for the Vulcans. Olkowski brings it back up. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the game.
We have a foul on the court, Cody.
It looks like it is going to be a foul against number 11 for California.
It's going to be 22, or Irina Kukol.
22, I beg your pardon. I was looking at the referee's fingers, and it looked like they were holding up 2 1s instead it was 2 2s.
Well, he was signifying a 1-1 that Deja Chambers is now about to attempt.
And the first one does fall through, so it's 62-48. Chambers will get another shot here.
Deja Chambers, a junior out of Sharon, has 10 points on the day. They got 12, actually.
62-49 now as California regains control. There's a substitute coming in now for Slippery Rock. Erica Aiello will take a seat as Glenn brings it back up. Glenn over to the near side to Kukol. Kukol back over to Glenn again. Glenn back to Kukol to McKnight, swinging it across the three-point arc. Directing traffic, looking for a lane, finds Kukol. Kukol through the middle to Martin. Martin with a shot up and good, 64-49.
Nia Taylor-Clark, number 3, with a nice job on the layup for California. I believe those are her first points as a California Vulcan as well. So Clark and Precious Martin scoring their first points as Vulcans. Nice to see.
Yeah, I beg your pardon there. I did say the wrong name. That was Clark and not Martin as the shot goes up for Slippery Rock. No good. Rebounded by Clark and gives control back to Glenn.
It's really nice to see some of the newer players getting some more minutes here in this contest.
6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the game. The shot clock reads 12, now 11, now 10. As there's a whistle when Clark was held up, attacking the baseline. And they will reset the shot clock as the foul is against Slippery Rock.
That is on Jasmine Frost. That is her 4th. And one more, she will foul out of the game. I don't see any movement on the Slippery Rock bench to bringing us up for Frost. So Frost is going to have to tough it out, it looks like.
The inbound by Glenn goes out of bounds without being touched by anybody. So Slippery Rock gets control.
And as I speak, Kaylee Bush is now going to enter the game for Frost. For the Rock, Bush is a freshman from Middletown, Ohio.
And it wouldn't surprise me if the head coach for Slippery Rock kept Frost in, because she ranks in the top 10 in the PSAC in all of scoring. And with the Rock being down by 15 points, you will need those offensive assets in the game. So it wouldn't have surprised me if she kept if she took that risk to keep her in there.
It would have been a very, very dangerous risk as Rock ended up turning it over on that last possession.
Glenn with it now. Kukol is wide open on the far side, but she sends it down the middle to Dixon. Dixon with the layup, and it is good, 66-49.
CeCe Dixon, we've started to see a little bit more of her. She's started the game today, so good to see her get a couple points on the board.
Olkowski directing traffic now, trying to make something happen. The pass goes off of the foot of a California player, so they will blow the whistle, and it looks like Slippery Rock will have control again off of the kick.
And the referees are actually, you see Chapman, the head referee, and Bridget Borelli discussing something. It looks like we might actually have a foul called. And that is going to be a foul on Mickey Glenn, her second. So Megan Hardiman is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, now switching out, it looks like it'll be Deja Chambers shooting now. I thought that it would be Hardiman shooting too, but it'll be Chambers with 5 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the game. 66-49, your score. The Vulcans lead it. That shot goes nowhere and is rebounded by Clark. Clark sends it over to Glenn.
So Slippery Rock not able to take advantage of that 1-and-1.
Glenn with it now, over to McKnight. McKnight hands it off to Kukol. Kukol finds a lane but sends it back out to Glenn. And Glenn sends it over to McKnight. Back to Glenn. Glenn giving some signals. Directing traffic, looking for a lane. Kukol for three, good! 69-49. The Vulcan lead is now extended to 20.
Vulcans getting it done from beyond the arc today. That is, I believe, their fifth three-pointer they've hit on.
Here's Slippery Rock with it now. The shot will be waved off, and this is a travel called against Aiden Geis. So California gets control now with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. They're on top by 20.
Opert and Bush are now leaving the game for the Rockets. Aiello and Frost enter. Remember, Frost has 4 fouls.
Glenn brings it across half court. Sends it over to McKnight. McKnight down the middle to a wide open Dixon. Dixon had no trouble getting that layup in for 2.
It's almost as if you don't want to say they're raising the white flag on the Slippery Rock side, but you'd think there'd be a little bit more urgency defensively.
Here's Aiello with it now. Sends it down the middle. Layup shot no good. Rebounded by Glenn. And Glenn is going to take her sweet old time crossing half court with 4 minutes left to go in the game. Glenn trying to run out as much of the clock as she can, as the shot clock will allow anyway. It reads 13 and now 12. With McKnight now attacking the baseline. McKnight's shot gets blocked. The shot clock didn't reset. McKnight's got to throw it back up, and she does for 3. Hits the rim, but no good. The ball goes out of bounds with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left to go. Your score is 71-49 in favor of California. We're going to take a break. Stay tuned for the conclusion of women's basketball action on CUTV.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center in California, Pennsylvania. And Creighton, if you like CUTV's programming and want to become a fan or like the Facebook page, you can go onto Facebook and search for California University Television and be a part of the broadcast where your comments will be involved with the feedback of our broadcast and might even have the chance, like the Twitter feed, to be read on air.
Yes, and right now, Jess Strom's got to be hitting the like button with the way Mickey Glenn, Irina Kuko, and Chelsea McKnight have been playing so far.
Here's Slippery Rock with it now. That is Chambers from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. A big hit there by Jasmine Frost trying to get that rebound. But the whistle blows as the ball goes out of bounds, and California will get control back.
I was surprised that there wasn't a foul called there, but Sue Kavinsky, the referee, right on top of it. So, and they're better at refereeing than you and I ever will be.
Glenn sends over to Kukol across court to McKnight. McKnight for three, no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. That is Aiello bringing it up. Aiello sends it over to Frost. Frost with the layup, air ball, no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock though. Aiello for three, no good. Rebounded by Slippery Rock. That's about a fourth chance that Slippery Rock has had. 71-51.
Deja Chambers with the third chance there for Slippery Rock, but at this point it's almost too little too late.
Here's Dixon underneath. Dixon trying to make something happen, but Slippery Rock was right on top of her. Glenn for three, good. 74-51.
20 points for Mickey Glenn, the freshman out of Bridgeport, West Virginia, as Slippery Rock will call a timeout. And Cody, this is the kind of win, if you're California, you definitely needed it after that rough start to tough 4-game schedule to start the season. But check out this play here by Nia Taylor-Clark with her first basket as a California Vulcan. It's always fun to see that, especially with the new players to the program. Here you see CeCe Dixon getting it done with the layup there. And Irina Kuko just killing it from downtown. She has 15 points off the bench today for California. And here we see Dixon again, another layup. So it's just been an all-around good performance. And here we see the ding-dong kaboom shot there from Mickey Glenn. That's her first three of the game. As I said, 20 on the day. So really a nice bounce-back performance for California.
There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game. California on top by 23 points. Slippery Rock with it now. That is Cassidy O'Keefe with it at the point. Sends it back over to her teammates as the ball goes out of bounds, but it will be Slippery Rock's control as it goes off a California player.
Yeah, 2:18 left. There's not a lot more that the Rock can do, but except maybe work on a few plays and try to make the score a little more respectable.
Bridget McClure with it now. Sends it across court, but Kukol intercepts the pass. Takes it up for herself, sends it over to Glenn. Glenn to McKnight. McKnight for two. No good. Rebounded, almost rebounded by Kukol again, but the ball goes out of bounds. So with 2 minutes left, Slippery Rock gets control.
That was actually Shanice Clark who took that shot there, but nonetheless, excellent job by California on the defensive end on that last possession.
2 minutes left to go in the game. Glenn takes it back out front. Being pressured by the Rock defense. Perfect Martin in the game now for California as we see Martin, one of two twins, Perfect and Precious Martin, twins teammates on this Balkan team. That shot by Kukol goes up, is no good. She gets her own rebound. Glenn takes it back out to the point with 90 seconds left to go in the game. Martin with it now.
Yes, the sisters Martin out of Harrisburg. They certainly have a chance to develop an outstanding young player for this program.
Kukol sends it over to Glenn. Glenn to Clark, to Martin, I beg your pardon. Martin shot goes off the rim and out of bounds. So with 1:15 left, Slippery Rock gets control.
I'm sure at this stage of the game they're going to try and give Perfect Martin a chance to record her first points as a Vulcan. I'd certainly like to see that.
Aiello with the pass over to the far side, but it goes over the head of Haley Halenka, and it goes out of bounds.
There's not much to say there as we got 1 minute left, Cody, and California just going to Ride clock.
Mickey Glenn sends it over to Kukol and back to Glenn again. Glenn to Martin. Martin down low to the other Martin as Martin sends it up and is no good. The shot by Glenn goes good for three. 77-51.
23 points for Mickey Glenn. Just out hands down, Cody. She has to be our player of the game.
There's about a 26-second differential between game clock and shot clock right now. The clock stops with 33.7 seconds left after that blocked shot. 17 seconds on the shot clock, so the final seconds of this game are starting to be written here. Creighton as Slippery Rock will inbound it.
Yes, it's all over except for the final buzzer. I mean, we saw some good effort from Slippery Rock, but it wasn't enough.
The ball once again goes out of bounds, burning off a couple more seconds on the game clock. 31.8 now are left on it. Slippery Rock will inbound it. California's defense standing strong until the very end, not letting Slippery Rock get much of anything as the ball goes, or there's a stoppage in play again. It is a foul on Irina Kukol as the shot clock is now turned off with 26 seconds left.
Yeah, that kind of takes the buzz out of a good feeling, but still, like I say, Cody, getting that first win under your belt, and then that's Bridget McClure, the junior from Indiana, went to Marion Center High School, of course, right up the road from IUP, and
the second shot is no good as the first one is, though. 77-52 now your score with 20 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off. Mickey Glenn brings it up. Glenn over to Martin. Martin back to Kukol. Kukol layup no good. Martin with the rebound, and that shot is good. 9 seconds left. Slippery Rock has one last charge here. Slippery Rock with a charge foul against number 25, Cassidy O'Keefe. Looked like just plowed over Mickey Glenn. Mickey Glenn appears to be all right, though. With 3.8 seconds left, California gets possession.
And that is, I believe that is 4 points of Precious Martin, so California's going to close out this win.
Clock reads zeros all across with the exception of the score. That score reads California 79, Slippery Rock 52. Thank you for tuning in to this fantastic game put on by the Vulcans on CUTV Sports. And for Creighton Rabs, I am Cody Jeanette, Gary Smith, our director in the truck, and all the rest of the staff saying thank you and good night from the Convocation Center in California.